You know, we're so blessed to be from a phenomenal team, but I'm going to talk to you a little bit real quickly about my story. At first, I was totally excited about this business. I was in with Todd, and I went and got, I did my IBA with them. I got licensed with them. And after many months of work and no money, I started getting very jealous of this opportunity. And what I mean jealous is, I always believed in Primerica. I didn't believe in him because I saw him working a lot, and I didn't see the $10,000 a month that they recruited us on. You know, he was out late at night. He was at all these trainings. I was home with our little 2-year-old girl, or our 3-year-old daughter, and I started getting upset. And he knew I was, turning unsupportive. But, he was unstoppable from the beginning. He just didn't, he didn't let it stop him. And I even put these rules on him that he didn't really know about. Rules like, if he wasn't home by 7, dinner was in the trash. And at 11 p.m., if he wasn't in bed with me, then the pillow was on the floor. And gentlemen, you all know what that means, right? And that wasn't working. He just was going and working and charging. And, what ended up happening, clients would call to reschedule, and he might be in the shower getting ready to go on an appointment, and I wouldn't give him the message. So he'd go 2 hours away to go meet this KT, and they would, not be there. I was downright dirty. I was mean. I wanted him to stop. But he reacted a way most people wouldn't react if you're going through this. He was always very nice to me. He never once, he understood that I didn't get it yet. So he was always nice to me, and he'd be like, baby, you just don't understand. That's okay, I understand. One day you'll get it. And I'll never forget, 5 years ago, he, not we, he won the first trip, the Diplomat, our first trip ever. And that's where I had my Kate DeFeo moment. I'll never forget it. Was the way she described it yesterday was perfect. I went back to the room after the first general session. I was shaking, I was crying, I was nervous, I was nauseous. And I just needed to be somebody, like she said. I needed this, and that was it. After that, we went home. Within 2 weeks, I quit my job, and we moved from Ohio to Houston, Texas. I was all in. We've never missed a trip since, guys. I like to use the analogy, being an uninvolved partner is like being an uninvolved parent and expecting your children to succeed. It's impossible. Okay? Go have your moment. Invest in your business. Quit your job. Everyone says, what should I do? Quit your job. That's what you should do. Go win for your family. Now is the moment. Make it your moment.
Guys, I'm just a military guy with 3 days of college that wanted to be somebody so bad it hurt. I'm a competitor, man. I joke around, but it's pretty much the truth. I'll cheat at Monopoly to win. I'll do whatever it takes, man, because I'm excited. I want to win just like all of you, or you wouldn't be here today. One of the things I see around this company is a lot of times people try to fit fit Primerica into their lives. And we need to fit our lives into Primerica if we want to go do something special, if we want to go win. Have you guys figured out yet this is not an entitlement business? It's an enlightenment business. See, we have to work on these 6 inches right here constantly. I don't care where you're at in your business. The minute that you stop, that negative stuff starts coming in. And guys, we had a big month in July for our team. We did 75 by 75,000 in our base. We did 100 by 100,000 through first. And we're pretty much a perennial 30 by 30 team up to that point. We ran a 30 by 30 for 3 years, and we decided to make a decision. And it started with our mindset. See, I saw with leaders self-improving, but we were all self-improving different things. And I decided, man, we gotta be on the same mindset. We gotta be on the same self-improvement at the same time. So we read Beyond Positive Thinking as a team, and we just thought we could do it. And we were going for a 50,000 base, and next thing you know, we cut the month a little short because we went to a TU convention before this. Man, I think with everything in me, we could have did a 100,000 base shop, and we will. And, it started in May. We did a 60-day cycle. Maybe it's just because I'm lazy or something. I couldn't wrap my mind around 90 days, but I could wrap it around 60, right? So we decided to do a 60-day cycle. That started on May 1st, and we were working and we were making things happen. And June 1st, I got a phone call from my mom saying that her 48-year-old husband dropped dead of a heart attack. Very healthy guy, okay? And at that point, I was so thankful that I didn't have to call a boss or wonder how much money I had, I booked a one-way ticket, and I was there for my mom. I was there when she was grieving. I was there when she went through anger stage. I was there, when she was planning that funeral, so she didn't get taken advantage of there at the funeral home. I was there to help her get the plot for the funeral. And then after the funeral, we were going to leave, and I realized the next day was his birthday. And it was raining in Cincinnati, Ohio, and she was very depressed. And again, I just thought back that I was so thankful I believed in this thing. I was naive enough to believe it could work for me. And I booked a round-trip ticket so she could come to Houston and spend time with her grandkids and make the main thing the main thing. See, she wasn't even eating prior to that. I had to force her to drink and ensure to just try to get some nutrients in her. And she came out to Houston and got a chance to get her head on straight. She got a chance to spend invaluable time with her grandkids. She got a chance to really start eating again and getting herself back together. And when she got home, she called me and said, "I will never forget this my whole life. You were there for me. You nursed me back to physical health and mental health, and I can never repay you for that." What is that worth to you guys, right? What is that worth? But see, we need to act now as the person we wish to become. We can't wait to get happy when we have money or it won't happen. We can't wait to act like a VP when we get the contract. You got to act like a VP now. If you want to be happy, you must make a decision to be happy right now. Don't wait to have money to do that kind of stuff, guys. We're not where we want to be, but thank God we're not who we used to be. That's a big difference in our lives, man. We become, because of this environment, because of these people, we became better parents, we become better leaders every single day. See, everyone's got to pay a price. The question is, will it be 3 to 5 years or 35? See, the choice is yours. You can go get this thing done early and get freedom in your life, or you can keep, letting fear control you. I know I'm speaking, to the choir here with all these winners, but man, we got to make a decision out there. And I'm going to kind of end with a little story right here. It's called The Touchstone. It says, when the great library of Alexandria burned, the story goes, one book was saved. But it was not a valuable book, and so a poor man who could read a little bought it for a few coppers. The book wasn't very interesting, but between its pages was something very interesting indeed. It was a thin strip of vellum which was written the secret of the touchstone. The touchstone was a small pebble that could turn any common metal into pure gold. The writing explained that it was lying among thousands and thousands of other pebbles that looked exactly like it. But the secret was this: the real stone would feel warm while the ordinary pebbles are cold. So the man sold his few belongings, bought some simple supplies, camped at the seashore, and began testing pebbles. He knew that if he picked up an ordinary pebble and threw it down again because they were cold, he might pick up the same pebble hundreds of times. So when he felt that one was cold, he threw it into the sea. He spent a whole day doing this, but none of them was the touchstone. Yet he went on and on this way. Pick up a pebble, cold, throw it into the sea. Pick up another, throw it into the sea. The days stretched into weeks and the weeks into months. One day, however, about mid-afternoon, he picked up a pebble and it was warm. He threw it into the sea before he realized what he had done. He had formed such a strong habit of throwing away each pebble into the sea that when the one he wanted came along, he still threw it away. So is with opportunity. Unless we are vigilant, it's easy to fail and recognize an opportunity when it's in our hand and we can easily throw it away. You need to grab onto this thing, man. Don't ever let anybody tell you that it's not worth it. Grab onto this. Go get freedom. Go do what your family needs you to do. Go be the one, and let's go kill it. Let's go show this industry who Primerica Financial Services is. I'm proud of you guys.